This is a new dawn. Dawn Stensland-Menti here, and we are about to learn together from a real guru how to have a new love life, or maybe a renewed love life. And I love this topic, pun intended, because so many women are in a rut, so many men too, but especially women. They can't find a guy, and they're tired of being lonely. So, well, all that is about to change with some solid advice. This is a relationship coach who I'm so thrilled to have here, author of Lies That Limit, and I want to welcome to a new dawn, Teresa Moore Griffin. So great to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
It's good. It's good to talk about this because, in fact, we just met together. A woman backstage who is going through something where she feels like she wants love in her life. And why is it that some women seem to be man magnets? That men are, and I'm not talking about hottie or
Yes.
exterior.
Yes.
I'm talking about some people have something within them, within their spirit, that they just attract.
I think that's true, and I find that people who are naturally attractive to others are people who, when the other person looks at themselves through that person's eyes, they feel good about themselves. So it's a person who tends to be very positive, they tend to be more outgoing, they tend to be pretty accepting of other people, which makes it easier to be with them.
And so you talk about, well, first, pivotal moments in life, and I want to get to that. But actually, when you talk about the lies, the labels, the excuses, right?
Yes.
I mean, walk me through that and why that's all important to recognize.
Yeah, so the Lies That Limit is really about the labels, that's the L, illusions, excuses, and stories that limit us and keep us from experiencing the full satisfaction and joy we could have in life. And it really keeps us, in many cases, from loving other people, from loving ourselves even, and from loving others. So the lies are the ways that we sabotage ourselves and get in our own way.
And little lies you're talking about. This is not a huge lie. This is day to day what we're telling ourselves we can or cannot do.
Exactly. So they are small day-to-day lies, but they end up having a huge impact on the way that life goes for us. So for example, a lot of people are afraid of the word love. I call it the four-letter word, that people are afraid to say. Because for many people, feeling love has in it inherently a sense of vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And they feel afraid of showing up and presenting their real self to the person that they're engaged with, or talking to, I should say. And when you do that, that means that you're presenting a false front. They're going to love the false person. So you're going to end up in that relationship not feeling love because you didn't offer yourself up to be loved. You offered up a false front. So that's a label, afraid of the word love. An illusion is that there is the perfect one, the one out there for me. And I want to tell you now, there isn't. They're just people. And we really, a man taught me this a long time ago, the founder of a course of study I undertook. His name is John Pierrakos. And he told me, he said that loving is a choice we make. We can wait for it to happen, but we can also choose it and go with the lessons that it brings for us.
So it's really not believing there's some fairy tale out there, that
Exactly.
This is real life.
Yeah. I mean, Prince Charming is whatever, if you're in a relationship now, and if that relationship is not abusive, you have a good chance of making it the Prince Charming and Princess Charming relationship you want. It just takes a certain level of work and acceptance of the other person.
I also love when you talk about spirituality, that people have to have a spiritual connection and recognize that within themselves, right?
Exactly. So if we think about what does it take to make good relationships happen, it really takes us doing the work on ourselves to get rid of those labels, illusions, excuses, and stories that limit us from loving and being open and being willing to be vulnerable, being available for love. If you think about loving, we think of our heart center as the place from which love emanates. And actually, science today is telling us that that's true. They say that from the heart center, there's a field of energy that goes out about 8 feet out that way and 8 feet above us and below us. And breathing is a way to help us feel more relaxed, which will help us feel more loved and loving.
I want you to hold that thought because we're actually going to share your breathing technique and some of that hands-on great information. So 5 resolutions you need to make for an incredible love life, and that means greater intimacy, yes, sex too, in 2013. We're going to be right back right after this.